Hello from the yarn closet. So I know the light's a little screwy, but I want to show you something. I'm in Southern Arizona. My name is Laura. I'm legally blind, but I finished a huge crochet blanket. I haven't blocked it yet. And to block a crochet blanket with acrylic, and this is acrylic, I just wash it and dry it in the washer and dryer with some towels. That's it. It softens it up so much, but this is my full arm span. I am 5'4" by almost 2 arm spans because it's 5 squares this way. So I started out with 9 cluster squares. I made the middle, the white with the green on each 4 sides, and then just kind of built it out with the colors that I had. It's for a man who is retiring at school. I'm a librarian at the local school. Can you see them? Mitzi, are you being nice to your friend? Hi, Blue. Do you want to go outside now? Okay. You don't have to stay with us. Hi, baby. Baby, come here. Blue, be nice to her, Blue. Do you see how she had to jump up on that post? He picks on her at times. Blue. Now he's just going to hang out in the rose bushes. Always a fun and exciting day with me. So how can I adjust for better light? Ooh, we have weird light this afternoon. Weird light. I am legally blind. So, you know, you're always blurry to me. I try not to be blurry for you, but it is hard for me to tell. My last video is 10 minutes. I might post it, I might not. It's all wonky. I didn't realize I had my phone locked, so then the orientation was goofy. So I finished this lovely little hat. Remember how I was using the 4.0 wooden needles on the ribbing and then the 4.5 for up here in the metal? The metal was still a 4. I do like this. This has really turned out nice. I like it when I get a good swirl and I don't miss up. So I made this, and then a teacher was like, I want a set just like that. How much will it cost me? So I just decided to finish this set and give it to her. Because she's a teacher, and that's an amazing thing that's nowadays. Oh, the color is just so blowing out. It's worsted. It's a that 220. You know. I don't know now. I'm a postmenopausal woman who recently went on estradiol because I had a hysterectomy, so then I don't need progesterone. But I still have my moments of what? This is a fat squirrel bag I've had for years. I love it. This is a skein of Lolo Did It yarn. So I'm starting another hat. I'm doing the 4.0s for the ribbing. And then I've got some 4.5s in here that I'm going to try with the rest of it. I did make this a few stitches bigger. Now I don't know why. Because that worked just fine. That 84 stitch hat worked just fine. What I did once I went from ribbing up, was I did put in more stitches in that part. So I'm probably not going to do that and just leave this the stitches that it is. But I'm in the process of just knitting flat for a few rows to get the ribbing going, and then I'll bring it together as a circle. I find that just makes it so much easier on the twist because we're all so easily when you try to put something together to twist it. You're wondering about my haircut. I didn't get it yet. I gave the session to my daughter. And the craziest thing happened when she went to do it. We had like a citywide blackout. We had our suburb, our city, another 3 cities, like they all blacked out. Small communities. And my hair's feeling so clean today because I think I only shampooed once last week, so it was really thick and dense by Friday. So she got her hair cut. It was lovely for her. And I'm going to get my cut this Friday. So we were able to talk about it. And I feel pretty confident that she understands. I don't think it's going to look leaps and bounds different after it's cut. I think what's going to happen is that I'm going to have a section here that's going to come up for face framing. And I think she's going to take some weight out of the bottom so it's not so triangular. Because my hair naturally goes under. Unless I flip it the other way, it naturally goes under, and then after a couple days, the back will flip out. But definitely going from like this length and getting to where it hits my shoulders and starts to flip, it will do that. But I'm not like forcing it to do that. It just does it. I know that makes me lucky in some ways. So I think that's what's going to happen. And we were talking, she's my younger cousin, and she by like more than 30 years younger. I am older than her mother. And I'm older than her mother by 8 years. And I still have a 10-year-old. Her mom's youngest is 17. So there's that. I will be 54 in a little over 3 weeks. My husband turns 53 this week. We were talking about her wedding. She's getting married in November. And don't eat bugs, Mitzi. Don't eat bugs. I know a relative of the man she's marrying. I don't know him very well. Seen him for the last couple of years at family things. And so we're chatting about that, and also that she's house hunting. And it's hard to house hunt in our community because it's such a small and closed community. I live in Arizona in a small town, which means it's heavily LDS. So that means a lot of people will like have their starter home, their 2-bedroom home, and then they'll upgrade, but they won't sell the first one, and they'll rent it out to their relatives. And then eventually it's empty and you're thinking, I want to buy that. But somebody still owns it, and they've just kind of let it go, and they're not renting it to anybody. And this happens with all kinds of different properties. And she lived in our house for a year when she was in school while her parents were building a house, the house they live in now. And this was her grandpa's house. And my husband lived across the street when this house was getting put in. This was part of my husband's grandpa's original 35 acre farm. And we own this 5 acres. My aunt and uncle own 10 acres. They live on 5, and one of my cousins live on 5. Because here you have to have at least 4 acres to have a homestead. The house my husband grew up in is owned by somebody else. And then my husband's grandparents built a dome, and that 15 acres, I believe it's 15, is owned by somebody else. But we were talking about it, and she's like, oh yeah, she's like, it's really hard to find a house because I loved that house. I was like, what? Really? And she's like, yes, I would love to have that property. I'm like, well, are you buying a forever property or are you buying a starter home? Like, what's your price point? She's like, I don't really know. I don't want to be house poor. We're kind of looking at starter homes. And I'm like, well, We were just driving by a couple of homes this week and thinking, if somebody would buy our house, we could maybe buy one of these houses in town. Because we bought this house specifically to have this like animal business with a relative, and it fell through. Nothing, it didn't end up being the collaborative business. We dumped a ton of money into it, and it was just a loss. So, because here's the thing, raising and making money off these animals is not as easy as you think. If you're buying feed for any animal, it is not as easy as you think. Did you go potty in your diaper? Did you go potty in your diaper? Yes, you did. I smelled it. That's okay. You were probably trying to mark something. This is why we have the diapers. Because she doesn't indicate. She won't go to the door and scratch or bark. So now I take it off. She's dry. I will hand wash this in the sink. We have a little rack outside the back door that I air dry them on. And then a couple times a week, I will wash them and dry them in the washer dryer. They're reusable. I think it's great for a small dog that, like mine, is not good at indicating. Oh, she just jumped down. She's gonna make a bed in there, yeah. We even use it for Mocha, the new dog, who is a little bit bigger. Because she also was crated so much before we got her, she doesn't know how to indicate. She's getting better, and we are very good throughout the day at getting her out, but in the evenings and on weekends, when it's more my daughter's responsibility, it doesn't happen as well. So she's getting better at indicating, which I think is fabulous. So here's the deal. Just because you start with diapers doesn't mean they're going to be a forever thing. I like them way better than pee pads because I just do. I just think it's easier and I worry less about it. I don't know how I would feel with a bigger dog because if the diaper gets so heavily soaked, then it can leak. What I do with this one, if we're gone for a longer period of time, like tomorrow we're going to Tucson for a birthday lunch for my husband, but we're also taking my dad out grocery shopping beforehand. So we're going to be gone for 4, maybe 5 hours. I will put on, we've got 2 sizes of diapers. I'll put the smaller size of diaper on first, and then I'll put the bigger size of diaper on over that. So just in case she has like a big pee, or she has to pee a couple of times or we're gone, you've got the second layer. That's not great because it's not great for them to be in a wet diaper. Just like human babies, they can get diaper rash. I always, I said, I smelled it. So I immediately get her out of it. I'm not worried she's gonna pee again now. So she can be out of it for a while. And then I'll put her in another diaper in half an hour, whatever. And if we get home and she's got wet diaper and we take her out and she goes again, I'll wash her up. I'll put some cream on her and just diaper cream like you would a baby. I like the butt paste, but I do very light. And then I leave her out of a diaper for a while, hour or more, and I just keep taking her out until I feel like, okay, now I can put her back in one. Because I'm very concerned about their skin, just like human, because it's not, because it is what it is. Anyway, she mentioned loving this house, and I was like, I said something to my husband on the way home, and he's like, I'm not moving we don't have a house picked up. I said, honey, calm down. I don't even know, she doesn't even know if her fiance would be interested. I just told her, since I have a haircut in a week, hey, I'll talk to my guy, you talk to your guy. But here's the deal. I would love to downsize. My husband likes that we all sit in different rooms all day long and don't interact with each other. don't like that. I would rather we all have our bedroom, and then when we're in the house, we only have like dining room, living room to be in, kitchen, and that's it. Because right now we have kitchen, dining room, living room, family room, playroom. And now I'm in the yarn closet, which is a whole nother room. We eat together in the dining room for meals, but as a family, we don't sit around in the living room, and while the kids are playing videos, we're watching them playing their video games or watching our own thing. He says that that would annoy him. Visually, I understand that. It visually annoys me. But if we're just watching our individual pads, which everybody does now anyway, we only have a TV for video games. Occasionally, my daughter and I will watch movies together because we both like mysteries. And occasionally, my son and I will watch Marvel movies together. Because anytime you can see the Winter Soldier, you should take that opportunity. Anytime. And I mean, I just think we are paying for so much house that is completely unnecessary. And if we could cut our mortgage and cut how much money we actually owed on a house, we could maybe get something paid off. And we're getting older, not younger. We need less to maintain, not more. But this is an argument that I will have when and if my cousin comes back and says she's interested and is anywhere near our price point. Because I would love to be in town and be able to walk to school. I would love to be able to do some of the evening school events and some of like the wintertime evening parades that we don't participate in because we live 15 minutes out of town in a little suburb of country dwelling people. And we don't want to be driving in the dark. So it's just not something we do. I think we miss out on a lot. I mean, if we're trying to raise our kids in this community, then let's be in the community. Like I've become a part of the community and I'm making friends and, you know, we're still going to go to all the family things we get invited to out here. I might not cat sit as often, but that's my argument. And since we're on a fixed income, anything to reduce our monthly outgo will absolutely help in the upcoming inflation. I don't know what else to call it, the inflation, the price gouging that's happening in this day and age. I think baby just got down and she's scratching at the other door. So this was my exciting 20-minute version of a podcast instead of that little 10-minute one. I'm sorry I keep getting blown out. But I wanted to show you all the things that I'd completed because I completed stuff. I mean, I went for months with not doing much except that one blanket and cutting some things down and not really accomplishing anything. But when I saw how much that teacher appreciated her blanket, it really got me motivated to get this other teacher's blanket done before the cold season, which could be by the end of this month. I'm hearing so many crazy forecasts for winter. It's crazy. I bought Mama in Stitches. Go look up her blog. I bought a kit off of Lion Brand that she does, and I think it's linen stitch. I'm not entirely sure. In knit linen stitch. Because doing this crochet thing was really bothering my shoulder. So I'm going to try to actually knit a blanket. Remember that one I started over the summer? Didn't like it? Maybe, and I bought the kit. and I'm trying not to spend, but I bought the kit. I've decided I'm going away in October for a trip, so I'll have some drive time that I can be knitting and probably downtime when I'm gone. So I will show you that. Hopefully I will get that in the next week or so. I'm so excited, so excited. Do you like linen stitch, moss stitch, or seed stitch? And do you prefer them in crochet or knit? I'm dying to know. I love you. Thank you for being here. I can't get over the comments and the occasional emails I get for people. I've enhanced our community tab so that you can have more interaction there. So I post on there a lot. Like I post on the community tab on this YouTube channel in the way that most people post on Instagram or Facebook. That's where I put my energy. This is a community I put my energy into. So like and subscribe and do what you can, because I would love for this to not be a self-funded channel someday. I would just love for that to happen. All right, look with your heart first, not your eyes. We'll see you again next week.